Let's go! Welcome to the show. It's Lil Ricky #1 here with some more Tactical Tuesday action going on. Now, you have probably seen all of this gameplay footage before, as this is that Geonosis battle that I've pretty much put in all of the videos up to this point. But it's time to send this video off on a Tactical Tuesday, as I've pretty much used it all. So, if you've seen some stuff that you've seen before, I'm just going to break down the strategy behind it. Thanks.
Also, quick disclaimer, I'd like to apologize about the mic issues I just had because I messed up a little bit. You know, I was recording to the wrong microphone, but it's okay because I fixed the problem. That's why it's going to sound a little bit clearer through this. Without a further ado, let's start. So we're going to spawn in here and see what we can do. Okay, take a quick look around, assess situation, and I want to head up straight to high ground. I notice it's an untaken base, so the first thing I want to do is try to get the height advantage over my enemies. We also want that extra spawn because if you look at the map, it looks like we have 4 bases and they have 3. Right now, I'm kind of just rambling because there isn't a whole lot to talk about. Okay, I peer over the edge to see what kind of enemies I have, and notice that there's one out in the distance. I see that he is close enough where he's going to be a threat if I start taking the base, so I try to take him out as soon as I can. My aim is all over the place because, again, if you remember one of my earlier videos, I talked about how I hadn't been accustomed to the controls again and using the mouse on this game. So we step out and I see one of my teammates is under attack from a couple of droids, if you had noticed the mini-map. And I'm going to sprint over to this health droid. I took a little bit of damage, so I'm going to try to get it all back. Plus there's cover. I notice out in the distance is some Geonosis, so I'm going to try to fire at him from cover. And also, Geonosis aren't great at distance. They can't really hit you at distance. And if they get into the sky, upon entering the sky, they're very easy targets, so I tried to capitalize on that, which I did. Another Geonosis comes up the hill. I am too close, so I'm going to bob and weave back and forth to make sure that he doesn't get good aim on me. You got to remember, he is a CPU, so he isn't going to be very good at adjusting the moving targets. Notice there's a droid on the turret. Thought I could take advantage of that side shot, and I shouldn't have done that because if you've seen any of my other videos, I talk about you should always throw the nade behind the turret. That's what I should have done there, and that's what I'm going to try to do here. I did a quick jump to get myself closer, threw it, though it was a long throw, and it was pretty admirable, to be honest. So, like, Olympic caliber right there. It didn't get behind it. You always shoot the roly-polies. You always shoot them before they can get up and deploy. You start firing while they're rolling because then they have to stop. They become easier targets, and then they have to set up before they put the shields up. Took out a couple of guys. And now I see that we have droids spawning. Now that my teammates have moved down the hill to us, which that base has done for us, giving us the advantage of coming downhill, I've seen that they caught up to me. I want to try to use them to help push this base and take their hangar from them. If you also notice, I threw the grenade right behind the turret and killed another roly-poly before he could fully deploy. Again, I'm going to throw a nade behind the turret. I just ran out of ammo right there, as that was my last bullet. I didn't realize it while I was playing, and so I was running around pretty much disarmed through the battlefield. I get taken out. I think I'm gonna end up spawning back on top of the hill. No, actually I checked my settings, so excuse me for this part. Yeah, again, I told you I wasn't used to the controls. I didn't really remember them. It had been a while since I played this game, so I'm just checking over how to switch through my primary and secondary, because as you've seen, I didn't really know how to change to my secondary when I ran out of ammo, which resulted in my death. Alright, now that I've figured it out, I'm going to spawn back at the little ship. Just to see a roly-poly is moving up. I'm going to turn, I'm going to try to attack it, and then right there, that's important. I saw that it had enough time to deploy, so I hopped in the turret. And then show who's really boss. I'm going to immediately take over these spider droids, which I feel like are really massacring my forces. If you look at the count, it's 90 to 76, and that's not a very nice number. So I wanted to hop into the tank and see if I could even out these numbers a little better, because the thing is, we have base superiority. We have 4 or 5 bases to their 3. You know, and that gives us a massive advantage, but the thing is, being droids, they're just beating our troops. Having more tanks, they're beating our troops. And as you notice, my tank was very timid. It wasn't moving up a whole lot. It was still pretty much behind our line and slowly hitting troops. I see another roly-poly deploy, and so I want to take him out ASAP. Geonosis are flying all over the place. I don't even want to try to catch them mid-flight. Okay, that's not very smart. Okay, so there's one of the, I don't even know what it's called. I think it's called a Hellfire droid, where it's got multiple rockets and it's the 2-wheel thing. I'm going to catch wind of it, and I'm going to take out the Spider Droid first. But that Hellfire Droid is staying on my radar. As you see, I just took a couple shots at it. I have the option to fight as Mace Windu right now, but I'm not going to take it because, one, I feel like I'm more useful in this tank right now, and I also really sucked at the heroes at the moment, especially Mace Windu. This is actually the footage where I have some of my fail footage a couple of videos ago. When I ended it off on some fail footage. I think it was with the Clone Wars video. So, I'm going to attack the Spider Droid. I see that I have the advantage. It's not really paying attention to me. It has too many targets to worry about, so I wanted to push up on it. When I saw that I got that rocket hit, I thought it came from this bunker, when in reality it was the two droids to my lower left. Okay, so I noticed the Hellfire Droid looked like it was flanking on me until it fell into that ditch. Basically, the point is, I want to be the distraction. I want everything to be firing at me because I know I can take the damage and I know I can dish out a lot of damage. So by things prioritizing me, that means they have to expose themselves to me and directly attack me. It keeps them from attacking my teammates, and it also makes them easier targets for me to see. So I'm going to try to destroy the Spider Walker before anything gets in it, which, as you see, they've gotten in it now. Made it a very easy kill for me. My teammates are chasing after some Geonosians, which sadly, they killed them. I just noticed I really should have taken out this turret, which I just did right there. But I should have taken it out sooner, at the risk of an enemy getting in it and using it to defend against my teammates. So as you see, because of this tank gameplay, I was able to fight back and bring us back from that 20 ticket downward slope down to a 20 ticket upward slope. We're now winning 24-6. With these numbers on our side, I noticed most of those droids are probably within vehicles, and it doesn't give us too much of an advantage. It really kind of evens it out because those counts don't count for the Geonosians. So there might be 4 droids left, but there's a ton of Geonosians, as you can still see all over the screen, which really evens out the forces, which is why they're able to fight back. And considering that all the droids are pretty much all in vehicles, it still makes it very hard for my teammates to fight back, as not all of them are, vehicle-centric. Now, if you look at this thing's on fire. It's about to blow. I wanted to take out the Spider Droid before I dismounted and got out. It got a little bit too hairy, and I couldn't take that very much longer. I noticed there was a lot going on around me. I didn't want to stay in that area at the risk of getting, blown up by that tank. So I wanted to flake around the rock to get out of all that chaos and take back this base. So I find one of the droids that isn't in a vehicle, and then there you go, right there. You always throw the nades behind the turret, as you saw that Geonosian get in and then pretty much beat his demise after I ricocheted off the wall. If you actually look at it, it looks pretty action movie-like, because I didn't even look at my explosion. Made me look very badass, if I do say so myself. So I tried to take on this Geonosian, who does have height advantage at any time he feels fit, considering that he could just take off and fly at any moment. Alright, so it's 9 of us to 1. It's pretty much cap all the bases at this point. I wanted to disgrace them. I wanted to cap all of the bases and kill them all. I don't think we actually get that in this video, but we might. I don't know. It'll be a surprise to all of us. So I'm thinking that this last guy may be within this base. Turns out that he wasn't. And so I choose to instead capture the base, obviously. After this, we'll all be hunting the single last droid, which if you saw, there was a blip on the one. Somebody is attacking him. We wanted to hunt down the last droid. Oh, I did get it. Cool. So victory no matter what in the next 20 seconds. That was the point of capturing that base. It would assure that the win is guaranteed. I notice he's now in the Spider Walker, which we need to destroy. I don't like taking prisoners, but the game says I have to, which is what we're going to end up doing. Victory is ours. I think this is the first video I ended on a victory, so I hope you all enjoyed it. Please like and comment in the below section. Dislike if you didn't like it, by the way. There will be more videos on the way, and I actually thank you all for tuning in and watching this Luke mediocre gameplay. Some of it was pretty good, some of it wasn't. I had some pretty long lives in here. I had some pretty good kill streaks in there. I went 30 and something. So if you enjoyed the gameplay again, please like it, dislike it. I've said that already. Leave some positive feedback. Let me know what you want to see on the channel. And also, I talked about in my last video adding more games to the channel. Tell me what games you would like to see on this channel and what kind of segments you like to see on this channel. What kind of themed days. For instance, we have Tactical Tuesday. I have a segment I want to drop called Mission Monday, but I want to drop that with a different game. We'll have some Way Back Wednesday, but that'll be a while from now, and some Throwback Thursday. I'd just like to thank you all for watching, because I think that's about it. This is Lil Ricky #1. Game on.